Hey guys, it's Oluvids, and today we got some new information from Tetsuya Nomura about Kingdom Hearts Missing Link. As you may know, the Missing Link beta has been out for people in the UK, Australia, and Japan, not the US sadly. So we got some information here, and by the way, let me know if you want me to talk about the beta footage we've been seeing. A lot of people who've been playing the beta have been posting the gameplay and all that and a bit of the story, so let me know if you want my thoughts on that. Right now I'm mainly actually working on my thoughts on Union Cross, and because I recently watched that, but if that's something you'd like, I'll make some time to do that as well. But for now, we're going to be reading off an interview with Nomura, maybe gain some extra information, just generally my thoughts on anything, and if there's anything interesting in here. Anyway, so the first thing is, why did you develop a game that is practically a 180 from Union Cross? Nomura says, we are now in an era where there's practically little to no difference between a smartphone game and a console game. So I've wanted to use the increased hardware horsepower for some time now. So if we're going to do it on a smartphone, I want it to be something that is unique to smartphones. I think maybe they're talking about with the GPS as well. Like, no console really has the GPS feature, so that's something you can only really do on smartphones. In terms of the touchscreen, I mean, the Switch has a touchscreen, but you don't really use it as much as you would a phone. So next, the question is, will there be any additional keyblades? Obviously there will. So far, by the way, in the beta, we've had two different keyblades. One's more of a close range keyblade. I don't know the names of them, but it's like red. It has the gear. You've seen it before. Other one has a light, and it's more like ranged. It's a magic type keyblade. So there will be more keyblades, and I'm guessing there's going to be either more fighting styles, or, like, you know, they're not all going to be the same type of combo. I'd like to see some collaboration with Disney on the Astral World building. Nomura, there is still a secret. So he's saying that, you know, not everything about the Astral World, which is the whole GPS mode, is revealed. So there might be some sort of integrations with Disney worlds. So I'm guessing, even though you probably have obviously the whole globe, real life globe available, is probably not fully complete yet in terms of people in the beta. When do you plan to release Missing Link? This is the important thing here. As you can probably guess from my expression, we're working as fast as we can to release it as soon as possible. At this meeting, they showed a trailer, but didn't allow people to record it. So there's actually a new trailer. Okay. Ayabo's Eyewitness compilation. The video showed Olympus, a tunnel, possibly Snow White, a place that looks like a body of water, maybe Pinocchio. And there are several other mysterious worlds. You can go to different worlds in Missing Links, it seems. Okay, so I don't actually know how to say his name, but Remus or Remu or Ramus, the red-haired boy, you've seen him in the beta. His character is modeled after a reliable older brother. And apparently his character design was made by Yamashita and not Nomura. Nomura mentions that the pro tag took a lot of retries to get it just right, mostly due to the long, dragoon-like parts on both sides of the hat. I guess, yeah. So it looks like Nomura isn't actually designing every character in this. His character is modeled after a reliable older brother. I'm gonna assume that maybe they're talking about Axel. Like, maybe people have been speculating that he might be Axel's ancestor, and Axel is kind of like a big brother to the Kingdom Hearts cast. You could say that. That's just a guess, though. I don't know if that's actually real. If that's like confirmed or whatever. But, you know, I think he's really the only one that would fit that description, if it's a character we know already. The character designs are done with 3 people while still consulting with Nomura. So we got 3 different people on designs. I think they actually did something similar with Neo, The World Ends With You, where, like, it wasn't just Nomura and Gen Kobayashi, but it was like there were some other people on there too, so like they all worked together to make different designs. Nomura's probably still making some himself, but he's not doing all the designs, and they're still showing it to him like, hey, is this good, is this that? Maybe he gives them some pointers, fixes up a bit. Nomura says there are many other characters and societies than the ones people have seen at the closed beta. So far, I believe we've only heard of the Baroque Society. We don't know much about them yet. I'd have to rewatch. From what I've watched, they haven't really shown much of the society, but they mentioned the Baroque Society. So I wonder if there's going to be more societies than there are unions. That's the interesting thing here. Because there are so many different designers involved, there are many different kinds of clothes. They showcase the design aesthetics of several outfits. That's true. So we have a lot of character customization in this. So people have their different styles of clothes that they make. So I think that's also partially why the character customization is so varied. From what I've seen in the beta, it looks like it's really good customization, because, like, I've not seen any character that looks exactly the same as someone else's character. Everyone I've seen has a completely different design, so that's a good sign. And next we got, our navigators different from Keyblade wielders. Is there a navigator for each of the societies? Nomura says they are Keyblade wielders, but they just don't use it. There are no navigators in each of the societies. And by the way, this isn't like Union Cross where you can choose your favorites. You're assigned to one in the story, and that is fixed. Okay, so a little bit to break down here. So navigators, they got navigators. There's lots of different terms in this. They got the navigators, they got the drifters and all that. Freya is the only navigator out of all the societies. I guess maybe she points you to the direction of the quests you gotta do and different missions and distortions and all that. And then, yeah, it's not like Union Cross where you choose whichever union. It's fixed. It's a completely fixed story, so you you're going to be specifically choosing or assigned to a specific society. Will the cutscenes be movie events like in this prologue instead of text-based events like in Unicross? Not all of them, because if we made everything to the level of this prologue, it will be more than a year before Missing Link releases. I've already shot enough for cutscenes of the official release. Okay, so yeah, they're probably not all going to be voiced. So in the beta, they have different cutscenes that's kind of similar to like regular cutscenes you see in Kingdom Hearts. They're in Japanese. I'm assuming they're going to be eventually translated to English. Some cutscenes are just going to be text, and I guess that, that's like how the older Kingdom Hearts games, pre-KH3 games, did it before. They had some parts where it's just text boxes and all that. So okay, can I form a party with the main characters of the Missing Link story? There are opportunities within the story, like you've seen with Remus. I'm gonna just say Remus, all right. However, as for freely forming a party with them, we are not considering such a feature at the moment. So yeah, actually in the beginning of the beta, yeah, maybe I should make a video about the beta, because a lot of this stuff is like kind of related to that. I can explain with that. So in the beta, in the first battle actually that you do, you fight a dark side, and you're not alone in that fight. You're actually teaming up with the guy in the red clothes and red hair, Remus or whatever his name is, and he's actually there in the battle helping you out. So you can team up with different players in raid battles, but it seems like at certain points in the story you're going to have a party member helping you out. But you can't just choose Remus to bring you anywhere. It's specific parts of the story only. How big will the scenario be when the service starts? There's so many new characters, voice dialogue, and cutscenes that they're cutscenes there that we are okay. This is there that we are reviewing the structure, but we have no intention of making it be compact. I say it will be about the same as the previous Kingdom Hearts. Okay, what do they mean by that? See, what do they mean by the previous Kingdom? Like, do they mean like just like any of the, like it's like a normal Kingdom Hearts game length, or do they mean like Dark Road, or maybe they mean they're gonna have the same amount of story starting out as Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, or I should say Unchained Key or Kingdom Hearts Key. Maybe that's what they mean. This isn't very specific, but I don't know. How often will the story be updated? Honestly, how many months did it take for some of the updates back in Union Cross? That kind of thing is just unforgivable nowadays. That's good, because Union Cross took a while to have some. It was like many months in between updates, so it's like you're kind of just waiting and waiting for the story to continue, doing a bunch of filler. So yeah, I'm hoping that there's not a bunch of filler, and like they could come with this story. The story kind of gets here quickly, and you're not just there waiting, and hopefully it's a good amount of story every time it comes in. But that's good to hear that they're not going to do that again. And obviously with Dark Road we waited a while, but they just like sent the whole rest of the story all in one go. Alright, so yeah, I think they're going to be coming more frequently. Maybe it's going to be like once a month they might do an update. Or, I don't know the exact time, because I didn't fully play Union Cross. I played it a bit, but then, I stopped following it for a while. But I know for a fact that it took a little while for each update to come in. What about player housing? It's under consideration, though this is not a prerequisite for putting it in. Yeah, so they actually have a hub world in Scala, so I'm guessing they mean like you could have a house there maybe. Me personally, I don't think they really need that, because it's like, it doesn't seem like, it's not like Final Fantasy 14 where you could see the other players running around. I think you could see other players there, but it's not like they're just kind of standing around. From what I've seen, at least, they kind of just like are NPCs you could see. But if it's like you can actually run around with people, then maybe that could be a good idea. But I don't know. Is there a weekly or monthly billing thing like a subscription or a VIP pass? Oh no. Oh no. Well, we are going along with the idea that we will do something of that kind. Oh no. It's not functional yet, but you can see we already have a menu for that in the closed beta. It'll be different from your typical subscriptions. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. I don't know if it's gonna be like a battle pass or something, or I'll get into my thoughts on that later. Nomura said there is a great secret hidden in Freya, but may I tell you the secret? And then followed with, some speculate that she has some connection with Ephemer, but she doesn't. Missing Link was written by Ruriko Fukazawa in the beginning, but Nomura took over the writing process midway. Okay, that's interesting. And if I recall that correctly, I think Ruriko, I'm sorry if I say it wrong, but Ruriko Fukazawa was on Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. And I remember a lot of people talk about that. This one's going to be written by a Heavensward writer. But it looks like Nomura is kind of back on it halfway. I don't know if they're going to I don't know if Nomura's going to undo anything that she did. But interesting. Okay. But now we do have confirmation that Freya is not related to Ephemer. People were speculating that because the gray hair that she's related to Ephemer, but now we got to confirm that she's not. So that's interesting, but she's definitely still a notable character. But he already deconfirmed, like, nope, I'm not even going to let that theory blow up. Okay, interesting. You know, the real question is Riku related to Ephemer? I'm personally hoping he's not, but, you know, we'll see. I don't want, like, oh, he has the same hair color, he must be related, you know what I mean? I don't want it to turn into that, but, you know, we'll see. And I think that's it. I think that's it. Missing Link will launch for mobile devices in 2024. Okay, so now I know Nomura is saying that, like, you know, smartphones are having more power, and he's right about that. I mean, look at Missing Link's graphics. It's like, it's not exactly KH3 graphics, but it's like, it's close to there. It looks like how KH3 looked before it was finished. But, you know, like, I mean, yeah, like, look at the graphics. It's, like, really good for a mobile game. So, I'm like, that's great. That's cool. But the difference between something like, let's say, this and maybe, like, you release a lower budget game on the Switch is that they're going to have a bunch of microtransactions. They're going to have subscriptions, gacha. You know, like, I really don't like that. Part of the reason why I didn't really play a lot of Union Cross, you know, just... And the structure of the story is going to, it's not going to come out complete. It's going to be like you have to have multiple updates coming in. So I think the story will be good because it seems like it has a lot of interesting stuff in Missing Link. But it's like, I don't know if it's actually going to be like really feel good to play. Like as good as just a regular Kingdom Hearts game. Or even as good as something like Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. Like, again, that's just me. I'm not a super big fan of gacha games. I mean, they could have a subscription, I guess. It's a free game, so... But, you know, I'd rather just play a normal console game. I don't think it's really the same. Me personally, I will try out Missing Link when it comes out. You know, I'll at the very least play it a bit, but even if I don't end up continuing to play it, I'm going to follow the story because it looks like it's going to be really good. It's got a lot of stuff I'm really interested in, so... anyway, so that has been a little interview with Tetsuya Nomura. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys next time.